Alright guys, what is up? I know it's been a while since I have posted a video and all, but I've just been busy, and there are more videos coming, so just be patient with me. And so today I wanted to just talk about a topic in regards to the ghost boxes here. And what you're looking at is one of the first hacks that Bill Chappell had discovered in 2007. And this model is the 12469 model, which I've had, I don't even know how many years now. It's been through some stuff. If you've seen my previous videos, it's been through some beating ups and whatnot. So this is the only spirit box or ghost box, whatever you want to call it, I own, just due to the fact of the reliability of the device itself in regards to paranormal investigations. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen me communicating with these alleged haunted dolls. And just to state, it's been 2 months now from the time I've been making this video now, since I have purchased these two dolls. And I can honestly say up to this point, I don't see any activity from them. I can't, admit that these things are haunted. I can't say they are haunted at all. So with that said, if you did see my previous videos when I was using this device to initiate contact with them, there is a voice that I believe that said Lydia on it, and it sounded like a little girl. Now with that said, I can't use that instance and say, well, this is why they're haunted, because if you know me, I have to explore rational explanations. So I could have been hearing what I wanted to hear, because I did ask, what is your name? And then I got the answer. Now if you know what the term pareidolia means, that basically means your mind or ears or your eyes will try to make pictures or sounds out based on just what you think you hear or what you see and so forth, like looking up in the clouds and seeing a picture of a rabbit or something like that, So I can't tell you guys that this can be alone used to prove paranormal activity. And if you guys know Sarah Estep, she was one of the earlier researchers in the EVP phenomena back in the day. She is now, I think, passed. But a website by the name of atransc.org, which is Association Transcommunication, which was basically her website back in the day, I think, has actually did a case study on radio sweeps, is what they call it, radio sweep, which was a case study back in 2009. And I'll just read you guys a little bit of the abstract about what they think is going on with this phenomenon of the ghost box. I think a lot of you guys will be disappointed in what they think. And honestly, guys, if we're trying to dig in deeper research to prove the existence of spirits of some sort, regardless if they're evil or good, is beyond the point. As a Christian, I have a view, the theory of what they could be, but that's all it is if we're taking it to a scientific level of things. So let me just read you this abstract, and I will actually give you guys the website down below for you to visit. It is very important to check out websites and researchers who have been in this field for a long time, so that we can get an idea of where they're at in their research, so that we can carry it on and continue to make it better. So I'm going to read this, and then if you guys want to check it out, you can just go right ahead. I'll post it or have it up on the video here somewhere. And I hope Associated Transcommunication can back me up here and trying to help them out with their website, and I just making a shout out to them. But anyways, this was by Tom Butler in 2009, and it's a radio sweep, a case study. Radio sweep technology, popularly known as ghost boxes or spirit boxes, is examined as a technology used for recording electronic voice phenomena. The results of a session reported in the A-Trans-C ID exchange were used for a blind online listening test similar to previous tests reported in the online A-Trans-C journal as EVP online listening trials. The generally negative results are reviewed and reasons why the technology may not be suited for trans-etheric communication is discussed. So basically they're making the argument to why this radio or ghost boxes aren't excuse me guys, aren't good for communication, finding EVPs and so forth. So I will tell you what it is, and you guys can read it. They basically had a listening test, and they did some tests to see what people heard during this short radio sweep. And they have the things you can play. You can play the example on their website when I put the link down there for you. But there were so many words that were reported of what they might have heard. For example, there was this. I'll play it for you. So what that just was a short snippet of what they posted, and people had to put down what they heard. Basically, there were 123 words were reported, basically, which tells me that we could only be hearing what we want to hear according to the questions we ask. And then we put this story together and we're like, oh, this is what I heard. And you tell the next person what you heard, and they're going to go and say, well, I heard that too. And honestly, that is not good. That is not anything paranormal. Pareidolia is one of the big things in this field that a lot of people could be witnessing. Now, with that said, I am not saying that this phenomena and the ghost boxes should be thrown out completely. But what I am saying is that most of the things we probably are capturing on these devices is probably not EVP at all. And we have all seen what ghost boxes are on popular TV station or shows and all over YouTube. But let me just read this for a second. We have been examining radio sweep since an A-Trans-C member began working with it years ago. While we have not been able to find reason to think the technology produces EVP, we have found substantial reasons to think it does not. Certainly, one cannot permanently close the door on any technology, but until properly designed, research produces empirical evidence that radio sweep produces EVP. Our policy must be that radio sweep does not produce EVP as advertised. So guys, we have a group saying that that was Sarah Eastup was involved, saying that it's possibly not, we can't be relying on these things, and it is very important that we understand that this is sweeping through radio frequencies, and that we're going to be picking up voices from the radio stations. And let me just show you what I mean here. I wish I could. I don't got the speaker with me right now. I don't want to get up and stop this. But you can just, individually sweep the station, and you can hear the same voice for at least 5 stations on some instances on these radio stations. So you could be picking up clearly, just clear radio voices. It's not paranormal. It's just not. And until we can, my goal with paranormal research is to prove that there is a spirit world out there. I don't want to be using means of an AM and FM stations to prove that there are spirits. Now, with that said, I am going to continue to use this, but I cannot rely on this device as essential evidence of the paranormal. I will use it for communication and test, and just like Transcom said, we're not going to throw out any technology, but until then we can use this and prove that there is actual EVP coming through this, and that it is actually spirits, then we can't be relying on this as evidence, solely for evidence. We can't. I think our best goal is to capture these things on camera, on video. And I think that is the best way to capture the paranormal. Now, I'm not saying that every little device that we use is useless, but it will aid our help in trying to make this field better. It will help us, such as the ghost box, it will help us to continue a study or an investigation, possibly, if we get voices through it. But to say that this produces evidence of the paranormal, we cannot say that. We just can't. So honestly, I do not rely on this as evidence alone. I just can't. But I will continue to use it just to see what happens for experiment purposes and research purposes. But guys, we just got to be smart with it. We got to continue our investigation the right way. We got to show people that this field is serious. I understand ITC research and all that. I understand how it can possibly show ghosts. But it's just hard, guys. It's hard to say an AM and FM radio that has millions of voices on it, sounds like, to say that it produces the evidence of spirits or ghosts, etc. So guys, I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. It's very important that I tell you this, despite my previous videos on what I thought sounds like Lydia, and maybe it was, who knows. But after 2 months of having these dolls, I cannot tell you guys for certainty that these dolls are haunted so far. Now, with that said, also, I am still going to keep them. I don't know how long I'll keep them, because activity could arise at any time. They can be dormant right now. They could be listening to me right now, so forth. So I'm not giving up. Don't think I'm giving up on it, because I'm not. I'm just telling you at this moment, based on my research and the things that I have seen or not seen or heard, I cannot say it is evidence of spiritual paranormal activity at all. So guys, if you guys don't know what the ghost boxes are, what the spirit boxes are, I encourage you to go look it up. But basically, the theory is that you're able to communicate with the spirits, and they are able to manipulate the sweeping fast stations of the FM and AM radio in order to speak to you. So it's a theory, guys, and it sounds far-fetched. It does, but you guys got to understand, this is only research. As technology develops, I believe that we'll be able to somehow find more evidence of the paranormal, or possibly find false positives of the paranormal. So continuing research is essential, and it is, I think, every paranormal investigator's goal to prove that there is something out there beyond what science can say. And I think it is very important to debunk. I think it is very important to be rational. I think it is very important to find every means necessary to explain away a haunting. But also at the same time, you can't always explain away a haunting, which is challenging the scientific community and challenging beliefs of people around the world. And I think it's good. As a Christian, I think it is essential to, be a voice to many people out there that, there's something else out there, which I believe. I can't deny the experiences I've had in my life. But this has to do with the ghost box today, guys, and I hope you understand what I am saying. I am not purchasing any more ghost boxes at this moment. This is the only one I will own, despite what you guys think is the best ghost box and so forth. I just don't find an AM and FM receiver as important to an investigation. So guys, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you aren't offended by what I said. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. So guys, if you guys want to see more real research, see more real debunking or evidence, please subscribe to this channel. If you are Christian, please subscribe to this channel. If you want to show your unbelieving friends real evidence of the paranormal, there will be more videos coming, and to where I hope to catch something of that sort, so that maybe these guys can get their heads thinking, well, maybe there is something different out there. So guys, subscribe, enjoy, and I hope you understand what this video's main goal was. And guys, there are more videos to come, so enjoy. All right, peace out.